Okay, what is all this stuff on my screen? Okay. Do. Now I need to get on the YouTube too. On the YouTube. The YouTube. All right, let me see here. Let me see here. All right, YouTube. How do I find this Salty Stella lady on YouTube? Where is this Salty Stella lady, baby? Yeah. Salty Stella. There she is. There she is. There she is. Okay. Is anybody even in here? I can't see that screen. I don't know. Let me turn this volume down. Maybe turn it up this way. Will that make it bigger? I see chats up there, but I can't read them. What is going on? Why did this stop? Testing. Oh, there we go. First time. It's my first time too. Just kidding. It's not my first time. Can we see? Oh, my Wi-Fi's not on. Let's get a check. Okay. Can we see me? Can we hear me? All the things. Ah, what does that mean? Uncle Alert. Thank you so much. I don't even know what's happening, but thank you so much. Okay, that was awesome of you, Carrie Burgers. All right, here's the deal. Yes, I am that dumpster diver lady. That's who I am. But I do free tarot, and I normally read on Whatnot, which is the app that it's a resale app where you go live. And we were over there tonight, but there wasn't a lot of people. So I was like, let's go to YouTube. We did a YouTube live 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was so much fun. So the way that this works is like my readings are free. All you have to do is tell me your first name and drop your question in the chat. If it's not something I answer, I'll tell you. But here's the thing. I'm not a psychic. I am not a medium. These cards do not predict the future. The tarot is intended for guidance, clarity, and advice when, you're lost or you have a decision to make or you just, need some advice. And, oh my God, hello from Holland. So, anyway, that's that. I don't know. Justin, are you in there? You need to say something so I can mod you. Or do you have mod powers from last time? Oh, you still have mod powers. Okay, cool. So anyway, it's a Friday night, so I know a lot of people aren't sitting at home looking for free tarot readings, but if anybody has a question, you can. So like that is not something I would ever pretend to answer. I don't know if you're going to have grandkids. These cards don't know. That's not real. So there's hundreds of readers on the internet that will take your money and answer questions like that, but it's not real. Like these don't predict the future. These don't tell us anything that like we don't already know. I am like the translator for what your subconscious brings through. It's hard to explain, but okay, so what do I most need to know about my current situation? We'll just start with this one. Is your name Jane? Canada! Carrie, I got you. I will pull for you after. Is it Jane? Okay, Jane. So I'll pull for Jane. You guys will get an idea of how I do this. So we are looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Jane. So I am a baby. I've only been studying tarot for a year. So like I am not some like seasoned, I'm only a year in. but it's wild because it happened by accident. Just over a year ago, I didn't believe in tarot, but that's because I had a fundamental misunderstanding of what it was. I thought it was fortune telling, future predicting, scammy bullshit, but like that's not what tarot was made for. These are not about predicting the future. Yeah. So, all right, Jane, let's see what we get. So, Cheryl, there you are, my friend. No. It is no. That, like I said, there's thousands of people on the internet and in real life that will take your money and give you an answer to predict your future, but that is fundamentally not what tarot is designed for. All right, Jane, let's see what we got. Here we go. All right, one last shuffle. So you'll see how I read for Jane. You'll see the way that... See, like, that's not something that would be real, Connie. These cards don't know what your ex is doing. That's not how tarot works. Okay. So I do 3 card pulls. Oh, that needed to come out. That's the Sun in reverse. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so, oh, Fool on the bottom. Jane, this is what we're looking at. With no context, and this is for anybody that is either new here or hasn't seen me do this before, I do 3 card pulls for everybody, okay? I draw 3 cards. Sometimes I take the card on the cut, which is the first card we see. Sometimes I take the card on the bottom of the deck, okay? I explain what each card is, and then I take a minute to cook and see what the bigger message is. So when I'm explaining these cards, you don't have to say like, oh, yes, that's me, or oh, that's not me, because I'm not saying it is. It's all just watch and learn. All right, Jane, the first thing that comes out on the cut is the Sun card in reverse, which is interesting because it fell out, meaning it wanted to come out of there. When this card is in the upright, it is ultimate happiness, joy, success, abundance, good things. It's like real contentment deep down. And this is in the reverse, which as the first thing coming out, New Zealand, good evening. As the first thing coming out is indicative of like maybe things aren't going great right now. However, the 5 of Cups in reverse is a really good card. When this card is in the upright, this is a card of sadness, grief, disappointment, self-loathing, just all the bad things. We're crying and focusing on our spilled cups right here, completely ignoring we have 2 cups back here that are still full. You know, the whole glass half empty, optimism, pessimism kind of thing. When this card comes out in the reverse, it suggests that we are moving past a period of disappointment or grief or just, you know, being not in a great place. The next card we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is, it's a card of unknowns. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. The way that I explain this card is these dogs are howling at the moon. It's actually a coyote and a dog. But they're howling at the moon, focusing up here, causing a ruckus, completely missing that a lobster is about to come up and bite them in the balls. So the Moon card always represents things unseen. Things that are in the shadows, in the dark. But it doesn't mean it's bad. 6 of Pentacles is what comes out next. Also in the reverse. When this is in the upright, it's a card of charity, of giving, of helping others. So when this is in the reverse, it's one of 2 things. It can be a call in to ourselves to say, hey, listen, we need to be more limited with our resources. We need to worry about ourselves, our situation, our resources, making sure that we're on stable ground before we're out here helping other people. And then you have the Fool card as the last card on the bottom of the deck. And the way I describe this card is that it's the DGAF or the YOLO card. This is an oblivious person walking along, about to fall off a cliff. The dog is barking. The person is just paying no mind. This is a leap of faith. It's like YOLO, or, you know, what's the worst that's going to happen if I take this plunge? So, exactly. It's not fortune telling. It's not, I don't know anything about the people that I'm reading for. So you're not wrong, Jonah. So if you step back and look at the whole picture, in a comic strip, this would look like there has been a period of hardship, and unknown. Let me not go, hang on. I can't like be not my normal self. So I've been doing this on Whatnot for a long time, and we're all one big happy family. I don't want to, I don't want to say something, that's going to offend somebody. And I'm not talking about you, Jane, being the person that I'm reading for, but I want to read, what do I most need to know about my current situation? So, regardless of what has happened recently or not, the advice that is coming through in these cards is that there is still unknowns. Like, I don't know what your situation is. You don't need to tell me. It's none of my business. But we need to be worrying about ourselves instead of putting other people before us. Hello from Canada. Oh, I was scrolled up. I'm sorry. I was scrolled up. We need to be more worried about ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And it doesn't have to be like monetarily and financially. In general, worrying about your own well-being, okay? But the Fool coming out as a final outcome card is suggesting that, like, when an opportunity comes, whether it's tomorrow or in 3 weeks from now, jumping into the unknown is going to be better or more positive than you might immediately think. So that is pretty much that's pretty much what these cards are saying. Whether these apply specifically to whatever your situation is, your energy is telling you to focus on yourself, worry about yourself before putting others first. Especially if you're not used to doing that. Like, if you're used to putting others first, you need to stop and, like, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I matter too. My well-being is important. And take a risk when it's put in front of you, because what's the worst that's going to happen? Okay? That's pretty much how this works. Jane, I appreciate you allowing me to pull for you. I post my dumpster videos every day, except the last week when everything has been so wild. Okay, let me go back up to Carrie. Carrie, step into the chat. Let me see. My question is, am I in the right direction in my life? All right, Carrie, are you still here? This is a good one, because here's the first and foremost thing is, okay, Jane, listen, I'm glad that, like, it resonated, but genuinely your advice is you need to worry about yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. I don't care how cliche it sounds. When you wake up in the morning, take a deep breath and, like, what can I do for me today? And that doesn't mean, like, I have to go out and go shopping. It'll be fun. I mean, it might be looking in the mirror and telling yourself that I am beautiful. So pour into yourself when you can, and don't be afraid to take a risk when an opportunity presents itself, okay? All right, Carrie, so All right, so this is what tarot is for. This is what tarot was invented for and what it's supposed to be used for. Carrie's saying, am I going in the right direction? First and foremost, I don't like using the word right because we're just going in, we just make different choices. So if we're on the road of life and we have two directions here, this one is not right. Oh my God, I was supposed to do this. It's just a different one than this. This one might have been easier. This one might have been harder, but that doesn't make it wrong. So this is the kind of question that tarot is made for. It's about guidance and clarity on the path that we are currently on. It's not about pretending to talk to dead people or pretending to be able to tell what's going to happen in the future, because I can't. But what I can do is use these cards as a tool. And I don't know how it works. I don't know how it happens. So like Jane is saying, oh, you're describing me. I had a reading last night that everybody in the room had goosebumps and was affected because I have no idea how the cards that came out related so perfectly to the sitter. It was like, I don't know how that happens, but I don't ask it questions. A year ago, I didn't believe in tarot. And then something happened that fundamentally changed. And like now, I have a feeling of helping people. People have been saying for years, oh, you found your passion. Saving good things and giving them to homeless people and taking them to shelters. But that's your passion. But that never gave me a feeling like knowing I'm helping someone with tarot. And that's why it's free. Like my readings are free for a reason, because if you guys can genuinely get help from a short conversation with me, that's invaluable, you know? So we are asking for, I'm so excited. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Michelle. I was just talking about my YouTube content. I used to do long format videos, and I'm just not in a position to do that any longer because I don't have a vehicle. That's why you guys are always just seeing the thrift store. But I am going to do my most and best to start hitting dumpsters like I used to. If you've been here for a long time, I used to hit like 10 to 15 dumpsters 7 days a week. And I had unlimited videos. Unfortunately, I just, don't have a vehicle anymore. So I only post the thrift store dives, but more is coming. All right, Carrie. We're looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Carrie, please. Well, it's very nice to see you, Trina. I don't know about Kevin, and these cards don't either. These cards don't know if somebody is thinking about you or what they're doing, or that's not how this works. All right, Carrie, let's see what we got. Oh, Britt's here. Hang on, Britt. Let me get you in the mod club. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Carrie, let's see what we got. Oh, Michelle, you are so sweet. Like, genuinely, that is so kind of you. All right, Carrie, let's see what we got. Oh, Justice card on the cut. We love to see it. That's a card of balance. 5 of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So, I've only been studying tarot for a year, 1 calendar year since last July, which is why all my readings are free, because I am a baby. My readings are free because I am only a year in. That is not enough experience. And it has been a wonderful pleasure learning that I can help people by doing this. So I am by no means any authority on tarot. All right, we're starting with the Justice card. This is a card of balance, Carrie, and it can be as topical as like the legal system and justice, but it's often more just a card about balance, wrongs being righted. I don't really love using the word karma, but like, say we've seen something going on or happening in our life, and it's like, really? You would think by now that, would have caught up to them, or that the person at work that's been abusing the time clock system and getting it, I thought they would have gotten in trouble by now. It's usually balanced like that, like some wrong being righted. But in the sense of, am I in a right direction? This is alluding to the fact that, like, you're steady in whatever you're doing. Okay. Five of Pentacles is the card I describe as the down bad card. This is the card of being out in the cold, being poor, sickly. There's two ways to see this card. One is being down bad, having financial trouble, unexpected financial woes, if you will. Or, oh wait, Jenna. Oh, Jenna has her mod power from last time. Okay, cool. This can represent like being down bad, a bad financial situation, but also it can sometimes symbolize when we are in a situation and we are too prideful to ask for help. Sometimes this card comes out as a reminder, excuse me, that like, hey, you might feel embarrassed or X, Y, and Z, but like sometimes we just have to ask for help. But it also could just be a representation of something going on, work-wise or financial in general. Next is the King of Swords. It's important to remember there is no gender when it comes to tarot. This does not have to be a male figure. The King of Swords energy is sharp, cutting, and calculated. In tarot, the suit of swords is all about our intellect, ego, thoughts, nothing to do with emotions or instinct. The King of Swords is in this position because his tongue cuts like ice, and he did what he had to do in a calculated way to get on this throne. It's very clear communication, know what I want, gonna get it. Just very, very stern and sharp energy. And then the Knight of Pentacles being in the third position, I love. Because this is starting the journey into something. When Pentacles come up, it is about grounding, slow-moving energy. And this guy goes at his own pace. But when it comes to a Knight in any of the suits, this is the energy where things really get going. So Pentacles is not just money, it's all of our physical things, our home, our family, our job, our cars, our hobbies. It's all of the physical. And when the Ace and the Page of Pentacles appear, that's the two cards before this one, it's a new opportunity, a fresh start, a promotion, something like that. And when the Knight comes in on his horse, that's really getting the ball rolling. And that is energy and structure for forever. So if we were to sit back and look at all of this together, my mouth is dry. When we are looking at this whole thing as one, and you don't have to tell me anything about your situation, what's going on in life, nothing. But it's really, things are not as bad as they could seem. Something isn't as bad as it seems. This is all like positive energy, clear energy, balanced, mature energy. This really feels like, it really feels like something might have felt or rebuke away my child. What does that mean? What happened? Oh my goodness. Mr. E, do you know how many Christians use tarot cards? Like on a daily basis? Because they are nothing more than a self-care tool. Also, please don't block or mute people that are spewing that stuff, because they are welcome here too. Okay. That's what it is. I don't have anything else to add. Your energy is stable, clear, and for in forward motion. This suggests longevity. So I don't know if you are in a new job or a new relationship or a new something, but this suggests longevity and structure. Pentacles is all about the grounded, structured energy. And it's like that is coming forward after balance has been found. Make sure it's a good one. Although that's wildly racist. So you obviously don't know the history of a voodoo doll. Okay. That's it. That's what I got for you, Carrie. Whatever has happened or feels like is happening is not as bad as you think. You're on slow and steady, positive longevity. So hopefully some of that made sense. They are guillotines in my ears. Yes, they are. And now would be the time. Now would be the time that I sing off key and make you. I don't know what. All right, drop your questions. No health, no third party. Like, I don't pull on other people. So, yeah. Voodoo dolls are genius in what they were used for. And using language and speaking about them as if they're negative or something to call harm is just wildly inappropriate and racist. I appreciate that, Da Vinci. All right. So if you have a question, you got to put your first name and what your question is. That is the number one thing I don't read on is health. I would never, and you should never, ever, ever ask any tarot reader a health question. That's just wildly unethical. Is my husband being faithful? These cards don't know. That's not how this works. These cards don't know answers like that. Wait, okay, I was just looking to have fun with you and everyone, but this is very in line with things right now. Thank you for, oh, geez. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't just more fun and playful. But the good news is, no matter what's going on, it's positive energy. Like, here's the thing. There's one thing I can tell you, Carrie. I trust these cards with every ounce of my being. I am 41 years old. When I was 40 years old, I didn't believe in these because I thought they were some gimmicky, scammy, future predicting, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what they are. So, like, I'm saying all this to say, there's my mods in here have been with me, watching me read for strangers a couple nights a week for the past 6 months. And there is nights where everybody in the room has tears in their eyes or everybody's covered in goosebumps because whatever is happening here that comes out in the cards, I don't know how it happens, but I'm saying this to hopefully give you a little bit of like confidence in that I promise you the energy looks really good and stable, like the forthcoming energy. And I don't have to tell you that. I'm not taking money from you guys. You know what I mean? It's not like you paid me and I have to give you a good reading. I'm just telling you what the cards are what the cards are. So I wish you nothing but the best, Carrie. I really appreciate you saying hello and allowing me to read for you. And I mean that. Does my voice get noticed, Michelle? I don't know what you mean by that, but let's just pull for that because it seems like a fun one. It's not like a serious, in-depth. And if you guys want a reading, all you got to do is hang out. All my readings are free. As soon as I pull for somebody, then I tell you to drop your questions. And well, no, I don't go in order. You didn't get skipped. Because I do this for free, I don't put any like pressure on myself. I don't do a list. I don't it's like I look up whatever question is right in front of my eyes is kind of what I do. All right, Michelle wants to know if her voice gets noticed. We have no contact or context. I don't know what that means, but we're going to see what cards come out. If anybody's just coming in and you're new to me or new to tarot, I am not psychic. I do not communicate with dead people. I cannot predict the future. I am here to give you guidance, advice, and clarity on something in your life that you might be struggling with. I don't know how the right cards come out. They just do. And all readings are free. So all right, Michelle, let's see what we get. Does your voice get noticed? Strength in reverse. Two of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. All right, Michelle, I don't know if this is going to apply to this. It's still great vibes. I left away through everything I paused. Aw, Carrie, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm sending you all the good vibes, and I mean that. Okay, Michelle, I don't know what you're referring to. You don't have to tell me. I'm just going to tell you what these cards are, and if it applies to whatever is going on with it, does your voice get noticed? Then great. The first card we see is the Strength card in reverse. This is a little bit of a lack of confidence. It's feeling like not centered. When this card is in the upright, it's about recognizing your inner strength and confidence, and you got this. When this is in reverse, it's usually a sign to not lead with emotion, not to get ahead of ourselves when someone says or does something and we lead with fire and passion and emotion before like logic and taking a minute to assess the situation. That's what the Strength in reverse card says. So this is just a call in to say, hey, when something disappoints you, take a deep breath before you, well, blah, 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 blah. Okay? The Two of Pentacles is suggesting that whatever is going on in your life, near, far, wherever you are, you're keeping things afloat, even though everything might not be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Pentacles is about the grounded structural energy of our life. The Two of Pentacles is saying, listen, you're balancing the job and social life and kids and hobby, whatever. You're balancing it, caretaking, a bunch of stuff. And it's getting heavy. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. But we do see an infinity symbol here, which is reassurance that, like, listen, you're keeping a handle on everything. No matter how heavy that pressure feels, it's going to be okay. But then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse in the third position, this is a lack of confidence. This is a lack of trusting your intuition. This is a lack of being grounded and one with the environment around you. The Queen of Pentacles is... The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is very nurturing and charismatic and... But in reverse, she lacks the trust in her own intuition. Her footing doesn't feel as sure as maybe it could be. And then the Four of Swords is the card on the bottom of the deck. This is a card of rest. The Four of Swords says to take a step back, self-care, reflect, relax, and rest. So I don't know if any of that pertains to your voice or if anybody's recognizing it. There is no energy here from outside source. There's no, you are so spot on. I love to sing and do public speaking is my dream. I'm a single mom and just trying to keep my head above water, keeping my dreams alive. So, listen, don't be too hard on yourself. The rest and relaxation, like, you've got it. You're hanging on. Things are not falling apart. And you know what's interesting? What's that? What is that little thing? I don't know what that is. There's something on the screen. Lori, thank you so much. Thank you, Lori. When I have reversed cards on the table, I'm looking at what advice or how do we turn them right side up. So to have the Strength card and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is lovely because once these turn right side up, we have all the confidence in ourselves. We are grounded and centered and capable of anything. So this is really good that they came out in your energy regardless of them being in the reverse. So give yourself some grace, rest, don't be too hard on yourself. And I can't tell you if you're going to get recognized for your voice. I wouldn't know that. But what I can tell you is your energy is really good. And I wish you the best of luck. I really appreciate you allowing me to pull for you tonight. No, I'm not a medium. Nope. I'm not a medium. I'm not psychic. I don't use tarot cards for anything like that. Oh, I love that. Definitely give yourself some grace, okay? Absolutely no health questions, Kiara. I would never pretend to be able to answer that for you. Janet, am I making the right choices? There's no, I'm going to try and go faster, okay, so I can answer more of your questions. Usually I do a pretty slow, long stance on Christianity. I have been very vocal on my platforms for the past 6 years that I will fight for you to practice whatever religion you believe in. And I would expect that all Christians would do that for every other religion. Plus, not to mention the fact that there are thousands and thousands of devout Christians that use tarot cards every day. Unfortunately, they have this stigma about like predicting the future and communicating with dead people, and that's not what they are. So, okay, so Janet said, am I making the right choices? I'm going to try and move faster because I'll answer everybody's question as long as you're hanging out. I'm not like picking over people. I'm literally looking up at the screen and it's kind of like the first thing I read. So, Janet, there's no, what is that? It's a trophy. Oh my God. I don't know where, wait, was that from Michelle? Oh my God, you're so sweet. Like genuinely, you are so sweet. Okay, Janet, let's see. There's no such thing as the right choices. There's just different ones. And just so you know, anybody that's in here, I am going to be doing this more regularly. Like, I was planning to start Tuesday and Thursday tarot, like every week, but then the basement flooded everything and ruined everything. So I will be on here doing tarot more. All right, Janet, let's see what we got. Let's see what you are literally reading. You are literally reading over mine. I've been here since the jump. So I'm gonna guess that you're not even 18. But no Ouija boards. That's not for me. I genuinely have no idea what you've been saying. You know that the comments go in a different order. I'm watching my own live stream. So the comments right there are different than the ones here because this is on a delay. So I'm not even seeing the comments at the same time as you guys are. Well then, you buddy, listen, I'm sorry you're feeling this way, but that's some internalized something you got to work with. No one is purposefully skipping over you. And if you're like feeling this serious of emotions, that's something you got to... I am really sorry. That's something, yeah. All right, Janet, let's see. Like I was saying, there is no right choices, but let's just see what comes out for you. Janet, can you step into the chat so I know that you're still here? Woo! Four of Swords is a card of rest, but I just want to make sure that, like, Janet didn't leave. Yes. Okay, just making sure. I got you. Here we go, Janet. Let's see what we get. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the upright. We love to see it. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles is a lack of foundation, primarily in the family, usually. When this is in the upright, this is a card of like generations, generational wealth, long-standing traditions and family. On the card, there's 3 generations of people and their pets. That's what the picture is. In all of the pentacles in tarot, it's about grounded, structured energy. Pentacles are about setting us up so that we have a solid foundation under us to propel us into our wildest dreams or whatever we want to do. So when this comes out in the reverse, it's like our foundation is shaky. I don't know if there is conflict or disharmony in your immediate family. And there might not be, but this is just a card of whatever your foundation is now is not what is going to be the solid foundation for your forever. Yes. Okay. So interestingly enough, the 5 of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. This is just a card of conflict and disagreement. I didn't take it at first, but I'm going to put that to the side. Now, the next thing we see is the King of Cups in reverse. This is a card of immaturity. It is, and remember, it doesn't have to be a man just because it's a king card. This energy is someone that is immature. They do not have emotional depth. They don't know how to process emotions, if you will. When this is in the upright, it's like very emotionally sound, not afraid to feel our feelings and express them, and you know what I mean? So when this is in the reverse, it's really like emotional immaturity and a lack of emotional capability, if you will. But then we see the 9 of Pentacles. And if I were to answer your question of, am I making the right choices? This would be like a resounding yes, because this card is like, you do you, boo. Again, with the Pentacles being our grounded, structured energy, this is someone, she's in the flashy outfit, in the lush garden. She's got a bird as a pet. This is about working and taking the time to build our finances or build the life that we want and enjoying it. And this being in the outcome position or the third position is like very nice energy to have. I would say that these 2 cards, both being in the reverse, I don't know what it's about, and you don't have to tell me, but what I would say for this is that if you can, out of sight, out of mind, or take a break from putting your energy into something that might be stressing you or someone that might be stressing you, because your energy is really good. This doesn't mean like you're rich and you have everything you want. It's all about like just the human experience and the archetypes. And this is solid, safe where it is right now energy. So, again, I don't know the decisions you've been making. I don't know what's been going on in your life. But to answer the question that you asked is the choices that you have been making are leading to positiveness for you, to a positive outcome for you. So whatever is going on with that energy, I'm sure you can't just say, okay, well, let me just ignore it and not worry about it anymore. But just know that you're coming out of that okay. That's the best way to explain that. You're moving past or coming out, or if there's more people involved, but you will be coming out okay. All right, Caitlin. So, you know what is funny? When I just looked up, your comment is literally the one that I read. Because that's how this works. I don't read over a bunch and pick one. But here's the thing. I can't tell you if your life is just going to get better. I can pull for you and see what your energy is. But I can't. Are you doing anything to make your life better? And I don't mean that in a rude way. Because like my life is in a very not great point right now. I'm certainly not in a good place. But like, you know what I mean? Like we have to be putting action forward to get, outcome, which is what I'm doing on here right now. You know what I mean? I could be sitting in my living room wallowing in everything we lost last week, but instead I am here at midnight on a Friday. It's midnight. Man, it's past my bedtime. All right, Caitlin, we are looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Caitlin, please. Also, Janet, I really appreciate you allowing me to pull for you. I hope that gives you a little something, maybe makes you feel a little more steady or sure-footed. All right, Caitlin, please. Guidance, clarity, advice for Death on the bottom of the card is suggesting some kind of ending that we need to let go and never, we need to let go of something. It's not serving us anymore, but it's not just letting go. It's locking the door and throwing away the key because we will never be in that space, energy, or time again. All right, Caitlin, let's see what we get. Also, good evening, everyone. If you're just coming in, I am a dumpster diver. And I do free tarot in my spare time because I have found that it's really good for grounding me. And it's good for you guys. So welcome in. And no, my content is not changing to tarot. It will only ever be tarot lives. My content will still always be about dumpsters and sustainability and stuff like that. All right, let's do it. Caitlin, please. Caitlin. The Chariot coming out first is a card of stars aligning and movement. What is that? Oh my God, it's I don't know what it was, but it was doing that. Kim, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's a scent jamming. Kimmy, that was very sweet of you. Thank you. Okay. The Chariot coming out on the cut is great. This is a stars aligned forward motion card, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. Temperance. Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. And the Emperor is on the bottom of the deck. And the Death card is under that. You know, that's crazy. So I called out the Death card, right? When I'm shuffling, I showed you, oh, the Death card is... And then I shuffled 2 more times. And it was under the anyway, I'll explain when we get there. So, Caitlin, this is Waving from Pennsylvania. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry that I'm not reading all the comments just because I want to be able to help read for as many of you as I can. So, but I also want to be able to put the time into what I need to explain. But well, maybe some of that message was for you as well. Although I don't really believe that. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because that takes the accountability off of the reader. What is that? Why did the screen... Whoa! Holy shit. Okay. I guess, Britt, can you remind me to pull for them? But please, guys, don't take that as an example. My readings are free. Paying does not mean, I don't want any pressure of people paying and then expecting it. So I absolutely will pull for you on work. But yeah, Britt, if you could just, and thank you for that. But don't anybody else follow suit. Okay, so the first thing we see Caitlin, is a card of forward motion. This isn't just like, okay, life keeps going on. This is usually something bigger. The stars are aligned. It's black and white, day and night, as above, so below. It's things falling into place how they are supposed to. Okay, so that's really nice to see. Now, in your 3 cards, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is bad luck. It's a bout of bad luck. It's stuff that's out of our control. The wheel is moving, but it's moving counterclockwise for us. The good news is that's in the first position. So the way that I read is a mixture of like past, present, future, situation, obstacle, outcome. It's like a mix of that. But I do very heavily take this as energy we're moving away from, okay? So seeing this in reverse as being things out of our control that are not so kind to us, I like seeing it in that position. The Temperance card is asking you about your higher power, whether it's God, Allah, a toilet brush, Skittles, the universe, whatever your higher self. It's asking you to find a balance between the earthly Caitlin here in the real world and whatever you put your faith in above. And it's really asking you to have some faith. This card usually comes out when we are struggling with something like our faith, because a bunch of negative things have happened to us. And it's like, really, why is this happening? What did I do to deserve this? This comes out as a reminder that, like, listen, you have to have a logical balance between having some faith in whatever you put faith in and having a grounded, real, practical experience as a human. And oftentimes, just finding that balance is all we needed for our little pick-me-up, because we don't have to wonder why this happened, or isn't this going to happen, or This is telling you that if you're in harmony between your faith and your physical, things can only go in a positive direction, okay? Knight of Pentacles in the 3rd position is suggesting a lack of a stable foundation right now. When this is in the upright, the way I explain this is that a new situation has already started. We've started laying the bricks for a new house. This is the crew of men that are coming to build all 4 walls and put the roof on today. It's like, it's them, but it's in the reverse. So it's like a lack of that structured, stable energy under us right at this time. It's not a bad thing. It's just suggesting that the energy you're sitting in right now is not your forever energy. You're not carrying whatever's going on now into the future, which is a good thing. And then we have the Emperor in reverse and the Death card. And I love this. I know that this is for you because for whatever reason, I felt called to tell you about the Death card when I was shuffling. I see a different card every time I'm shuffling, but sometimes my brain just, nope, that's for a reason. The Emperor in reverse is a lack. Oh, thank you so much for that flower, cutie. The Emperor in reverse is a lack of control. It's feeling like we're out of control. We have no control over the situation. The train is going and the brakes are not working as hard as we're hitting them. Okay. Well, I guess train brakes are a lever you pull. You know what I mean. Okay. That's what the Emperor is in reverse. It is feeling out of control. We cannot control a situation. Now, that is being anchored by the Death card, which tells me, to be fair, I think that the Death card was in reverse, but it doesn't matter because the situation is the same. There is an ending to something, a person, place, thing, idea, feeling, mindset. There's something in your life that we need to let go of. And it could be anything. It could be a mindset. It could be like a self-sabotaging negative mindset. It can be a person. It can be a job. It can be a school. It can be anything. But this is suggesting that there is something that it's time to let go of. And it's not like, oh, I'll revisit it in the future, maybe one day. No, this is something that served its purpose in our life. That purpose is done, and we need to let go of it, lock the door, and throw away the key. So, I don't know if you have been commenting through any of this, but I can't say, yes, your life will get better, or no, your life gets worse. Because I don't know. I can't predict the future. What I can tell you is that you have two very strong cards of balance and alignment. These are both majors. There's 22 majors in a tarot deck, and then the rest are minor, like suited card numbers. These are both essentially telling you that balance is what is going to move you forward in a positive direction. Oh my God, sorry to nag. You're the best. I just got out of jail and left religion, deaf sitting in bad energy, lost. I hear you. Listen, I have been there. June 3rd was 9 years for me. So I hear you. The only thing is, I swear to you, I wasn't skipping over you or picking. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? And I just don't put any pressure on myself so listen, here's your advice, Caitlin. Your takeaway advice from this is that something positive is the ball's already rolling. This doesn't mean, I understand losing faith and a relapse and all that. And that's not a bad thing. That's just another thing that happened in life, okay? We can't beat ourselves or kick ourselves while we're down. But this doesn't mean that tomorrow you have to be born again and give yourself to Christianity. It's just asking you to have some faith. Trust that someone up there is thinking of you and watching over you and has your back. If you believe in yourself here in the real world, then so will your higher power, and everything will just start to fall into place. I'm sorry if that sounds cliche, but that's genuinely the cards that you had. So I wish you nothing but the best. I mean that. I am very appreciative that you allow me to read for you, especially being in such a vulnerable place. I wish you nothing but the best, and I will read again for you sometime if you're in another live, okay? So I wish you all the best, and I appreciate you. Okay, Cece. Cece, okay, what was your question? Getting a new job, I think. And is Cece your name? Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but I usually go by first name and question, but we're all good. I don't know where you guys are, but I am in Pennsylvania, so it is 12:18 p.m. I'm just waiting for Cece to confirm what her question was. Virginia, Florida, Delaware. So a bunch of you are on my time. When will I leave? Yes, Cecilia. I got you. All right, let's see. Guidance, clarity. Oh, you guys, it's early out in California. All right, guidance, clarity, advice for Cece, please. Is my little... Oh, neither one of them are back there now. Also, this is not my normal tarot setup. I'm normally in front of my bookshelf with all my stuff behind me and a nice big table and stuff, but since we're improvising, since I still can't use my basement because of the flood, I'm sitting at my kitchen table. All right, Cece. Jenna, I love you. I was thinking that Jenna's still awake. I love you. I hope you have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's afternoon in Sydney. That's awesome, Jojo. It is very nice to meet you. Is it a nice sunny day? Is it cold right now in Australia? I mean, it's a big continent. I don't know where, if it's all the same weather. All right, Cece. We are looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Cece surrounding work. All right. Beautiful sunny day with a cool breeze. Sounds like my kind of weather. Okay. First thing we see is the Knight of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Okay. First and foremost, I gotta put a candy in my mouth. My mouth and my throat are getting so dry. Uh-oh. Paper stuck to that one. I didn't know I was going to be on this late. Is he still awake? Is he like awake waiting for me? All right, Cece. Knight of Wands in reverse coming out first is telling you, like a stop sign, do not take the first job offer. If it looks too good to be true, it is. When this card is in the upright, it is fast-moving, fiery, passionate energy. Wands is all about the physically doing, the motivation, the drive, like the action of doing things. He comes running in, ready, willing, and able, okay? But wands are made of wood, and they burn out very fast. So when I see this card in reverse, especially applying to work, it's telling me something's going to look really good, but it's not for the longevity, okay? So say there's two different job offers, and this one is like, oh my God, it's everything. The benefits, the pay, the blah, blah, blah. It might be too good to be true. That doesn't mean just turn it down because the loudmouth tarot lady said so. But if a position arises like that, make sure you are looking at all the fine print, reading the reviews from past employees, XYZ, okay? So this is telling you not to jump at the first, fast, soonest thing. Angelique, you are so sweet. I hope you have a great night. I'm so sorry I'm missing so many comments, you guys, because I'm just trying to keep going so I can answer as many of you as possible. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles is a sign of work for the long run. This is a card about hard work. She's doing something she loves and she's stacking her coin. So this immediately says to me, good night, Trina. Guys, I'm so sorry. I promise I'm going to be on here doing this more at all different times of the day, okay? This suggests to me that there's going to be an opportunity that is more than a paycheck, if that makes sense. I don't know. Work hard, love what I... Oh, you're a Virgo. Yeah. Oh, it's about to be your season, isn't it? Yeah, my dad and my sister are both Virgos. My dad's the end of August. This is always a sign that, like, as long as you're doing the work, things will come to fruition. This is about an opportunity of something you love. It's not about a paycheck. But the thing is, Pentacles in tarot, every Pentacle card is slow and steady. They take their time, but it's for good reason because it's setting us up for our future, okay? Speaking of which, Two of Pentacles. This is a card of feeling like we are barely keeping our head above water. It's about just juggling everything. The job, the kids, the school, the jerk neighbor, the we're keeping the bills paid, but like it's a drag going to this job every day, or I thought I'd find a new job by now. Anyway, this has an infinity symbol on it, okay? Which is always a reminder that Pentacles is for the long run. It won't be like this forever. And I hate to keep sounding so like Pentacles is long, but this is like being the Two of Pentacles and having that infinity symbol is like closer than you think. And this is a new opportunity card, which I love with my whole heart for this. Listen, the Two of Cups. Cups is about relationships and emotions, not romantic. I mean, it can be about romantic, but Cups is about all relationships. Family, friend, co-workers, neighbors, school PTA people. This is suggesting, so like the Two of Cups is a new, mature, emotional depth relationship. Now, the way that I see this, is like, it might be an opportunity that you wouldn't otherwise have thought of. Meaning, like, maybe your best girlfriend's aunt has a lead where there could be the career that you're trying to get into or a higher position, or do you know what I mean? This is like a thinking outside the box. There's going to be an opportunity surrounding another person. And that's not like, well, duh, when I interview at a new job, it's going to be with a person I don't know. It's more like thinking outside the box around people that you wouldn't expect. I feel like that sounds confusing, and I apologize for that. But if I were to step back and look at this as a whole, actually, let me get a clarifier for something. Oh. Ace of Pentacles. Fuck yes. Oh my God, I love tarot. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. I asked. I love tarot so much. This is why I am here doing this for free. I was asking for clarification if it's going to be a new relationship that brings a new job. This is the card of a new job, the Ace of Pentacles. This is a promotion, a new job offer, a windfall of inheritance. My intention specifically as I was shuffling was, is it a new person that will present or bring a new position? Okay? So, good. Yes, good. Outside of your comfort zone and stuff. Oh, I love it. Cece, listen. Your real practical advice from this is do not worry. The longevity will be there. You're going to find a job or you're going to get hired into something that you will work for the long haul. You will enjoy it. It won't be going for a paycheck. Something to do with a relationship, a new person. So you might have no idea what that even means right now. But when that happens next week or in 11 days or so, you come back and let me know. But genuinely, I couldn't have made that up if I tried. So there is something about, I don't know if you've met someone recently, a neighbor, a PTA mom, somebody that's working at the produce stand, that they might have a lead and you just don't know it, or a friend of a friend, or you know what I mean? It could be anything. But there's one thing that I know, and that is that I trust these cards with every fiber of my being. So I feel very, very optimistic saying like that's where it's coming from. That's where you're going to find it. And I wish you nothing but the best. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your generosity. Did you see me jump? I'm like, what the hell is that? I'd never seen something like that before. So thank you. I wish you the best. I appreciate you allowing me to read for you. And Let's do it. To get a free... Oh, my God. Hannah, what does this year hold for me? Also, my birthday just passed, August 2nd. Listen, I look up and start reading. To get a free reading... All right, Hannah, let's see. What does this year hold for me? I can't predict the future, but I will just pull on your energy and see what we have to say. Happy belated birthday. Guidance, clarity, advice for Hannah, please. Ooh, that's not how you shuffle cards. That must be new here. Balagana. I'll tell you what's baloney. The people that pretend they can tell you your future with these things. That's baloney. And it ain't even made by Oscar Mayer. It's the cheap shit. All right, Hannah. Guidance, clarity, advice for Hannah, please. Also, Britt, you are true MVP. I thank you so much. Justin is here, but he... I mean, he was watching a movie with Orion, but he's just like... He's bed ready. All right, Hannah. Hannah, Fofina, Amanda. I'm sorry, you probably hate that when people do that. I am so sorry. All right, what do we got for Hannah? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Hannah, I am so sorry. I typically, in this position, will not pull another single card. Because the Magician is the card that tells you not only do you have every tool available, you have all the knowledge and expertise as well as the ability, drive, and passion to accomplish whatever you want. This is the only card in the tarot deck that if this is the first card that comes out, I don't draw anymore. There's nothing I can answer. Whatever you are truly wondering about or thinking about, or if this comes up for you often, you're blocking blessings. Because this is not just the card of manifestations coming to fruition. This is the embodiment of having all of the power, ability, wherewithal to do and be and see whatever you want. So I will, without relating that, I'm going to draw 2 cards just to see if we get anything, any advice for Hannah. But that's wild. It's only ever happened 2 times. This is the 3rd time now. So we'll just see if we can get like a little piece of advice for Hannah, aside from the Magician. All right, let's see. We're not doing the cut or the Temperance and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, here's the deal. We saw Temperance in another reading in a different deck. I mean, same Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, but this is asking you to... Dude, oh my God, I just realized. This is asking you to trust in whatever your higher power is, whether it's God, Allah, Buddha, a toilet brush, whatever it is, your higher self, the universe, Pluto. This is asking you to let... You know the saying, let go and let God? This is asking you to give half of it to the universe, to God, to whatever your higher power is, and you take care of the physical here, and anything is possible. The fact that this wants to come out after you're saying you get this card often, because this is about manifestations, and you have to have faith. You have to have confidence and faith to apply all of this. And this is telling you, hey, you got to have the confidence in yourself. Know that you can and will. You can and will. You're able to, all of that. And while you do the physical here and you become that bitch, as long as you're having faith and trusting that something's got you, anything is possible. That is so wild. Seven of Pentacles in reverse is just like, it's like expecting more and being frustrated that you don't have more when you didn't work for more. That might sound confusing, but it's like expecting like, oh, I thought I would have had more money or a better job, but maybe you haven't taken as much action as you could have to accomplish this. Okay? Listen, that is the key to the Magician. You have to believe in yourself. I don't care how corny that sounds or Hallmark or cliche. You have to. You have no idea what self-confidence can do for a person. Like, genuinely. And it's not about being self-absorbed and thinking you're better. It's just having inner confidence. Knowing I can. Knowing I'm able. Knowing I have the power. Like, genuinely. So that is your advice. You are already capable of whatever you want to happen in the year ahead, in the rest of this year, the rest of this month, the rest of this weekend. But you gotta give yourself a little more credit, and then you gotta let some go and know that the universe has got your back. Okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience, and I thank you for allowing me to read for you. Sydney, May 4th housing. I don't know what that means. Can you make that into a question? Oh, Carrie, thank you. Oh, Carrie sending me another gift. You are so welcome, Hannah. Sydney, I don't know what that means. Like, May the 4th be with you. I am a Star Wars fan. But if you could just put that into a question, I'll do my best. I'm looking for housing. Did something happen? Did you like put an application in May or something? Oh, you haven't heard me scream. Why don't you stop watching? All right, Sydney, I'll see what comes out. But again, I can't predict the future. I can't tell you what's going to happen with housing because this deck of cards doesn't know. But what we can do is see what your energy is surrounding the situation and see what will be more beneficial to you instead of just waiting in stress and agony. What advice might help you surrounding your housing situation? All right, Sydney. I know, isn't that wild? So even when I used to stream on TikTok almost every day, I would be on TikTok answering dumpster diving questions while making period poverty kits. I never, ever, ever let a single person get blocked because it takes more energy and time for them to like try and be negative than it does to... You know what I mean? Like we're allowing them to enjoy their stress instead of giving them what they want. Like, and I know that we live in a reaction culture and people feed off of negativity. Oh, people feed off of negativity. It's what makes the world go round. But where I'm going with that is that we converted a few people. There was genuine times where we had a bunch of negative Nancy's, and like they would keep coming back and trying to get a rise out of me, and I wouldn't let my audience feed into it. Next thing you know, two of them, I remember them making monetary donations to my period poverty kits. And they had originally come in trying to be trolls and like, so it's so much easier to like not even put your energy into, biting at them. All right, Sydney, let's see. Guidance, clarity, advice for Sydney, please. Ace of Wands. I love that. I don't do flyers unless I'm looking for clarification, but just like, that's great. All right, let's see. Oh my God. No handle. That is so freaking kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I really appreciate that so much. Holy shit. Sydney, the Star is a phenomenal card as well. Queen of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. This is very strong energy. No handle. Thank you. That is so awesome of you. All right. The Ace of Wands, Sydney, coming out first, is a spark of creativity. It is a spark of passion. It is lighting a fire under our hiney for something, okay? The Suit of Wands in Tarot is all about the passion, drive, motivation, creativity, the doing. The Ace of Wands is basically like a fire under our butt. It's the start of an action to get to a goal, to accomplish a goal, or get to a milestone. So I love this coming out for you. Because this suggests like a big new opportunity, okay? The Star card is all about healing. This comes after the Tower. The Tower in Tarot is like the most feared card. It's the card of chaos and destruction. And the Tower is crumbling because the foundation is being ripped out from under us. But after that card comes the Star. We're returned to our birthday suit. We're like rejuvenated. It's such a strong card of healing, but it's not just like getting over a breakup or seeking treatment for mental health. This is like a rebirth. It's like we've been through so much hardship, or we've had trials and tribulations, and we're finally coming out on the other side. The stars are aligning, and my highest and best path is being set before me. Now, two queens. The Queen of Cups in reverse is suggesting that we are afraid to feel our emotions and that we are not. We're afraid to feel our emotions and that we might not trust ourselves as much as we could. When she's in the upright, she's a very intuitive, empathetic, loving. This is the mom that all the kids on the street run to for a hug if they fall down and scrape their knee. Even if it's not their mom, she's the comforting, caring mother. So when she's in reverse, it's like, not that we're not capable of being empathetic and compassionate, but we're cut off. Something has hurt us, or we're afraid to feel emotions on a deeper level. Especially if we've come from a place where there was a lot of bad and we don't want to remember that and be getting upset about that. So this is often like being a little closed off or just afraid to feel emotions. And then the Queen of Pentacles in the third position is one of the best cards we could have gotten for you asking about a move. Because Pentacles is the forever. Pentacles is the cement foundation under our feet. It is the foundation that is not going to crumble and fall away. The Queen of Pentacles is very grounded and in tune with nature and herself intuitively. She got to this point because she went slow and she planned and she fought through anything she had to and came out on the other side stronger, and she's resilient. So, Sydney, I don't know what has happened in your life, and you don't have to tell me or chat anything. But this is very like healing, grounded energy. Like, don't worry. You're going to acquire the comfort that you need. I don't know how to explain this. I can see it in my head and I'm not saying it right. It's like, I can't look at this phone and say, guess what? Yes, you'll be getting housing next week. Because I don't know that. These cards don't know that. What I do know is that you have very strong energy suggesting that you will be, I feel like you're going to be like wrapped in warmth and comfort walking into a new dwelling. Like, housing is coming, and it's not just getting housing. It's much bigger than that for you. That's the only way I can explain this. So, like, this is very good energy. The only advice that I can give you from the cards that have come out is that we need to not be afraid to sit with our feelings. But I promise you, this is one of the best cards that could have come out in the final position. This is about, the Pentacles is about all our physical stuff, our home, our cars, our family, our hobbies, our garden. It's all of the physical things. That's why she has so much. She's got the roses. She's got a rabbit down here. She's got like all kinds of stuff. If you look at the Queen of Swords, she's just sitting there on a slab of concrete. But this is home. The Queen of Pentacles is home energy. That's what I'm trying to get out. So I might not be able to tell you for certain that your housing application is going to be accepted in a week. But what I can tell you is your energy is really good. And if that's not what the cards had to say, I would have told you otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to like placate you and tell you what you want to hear. The readings are free. You know what I mean? It's not like I have to deliver what you want. I'm telling you what, yeah. Patience, yes. But I think it's going to happen sooner than later. Oh, these are the Yahoo version. Those eBay cards are a little too fancy. I got the Yahoo ones. Yahoo! Is Yahoo even still a website? You are very welcome, Sydney. Thank you for allowing me to pull for you. I know it's not as like, oh yes, as you might have wanted, but oh, you got the AOL ones. Damn. All right, who's got a question? It's question time. I think Yahoo is still a website because I believe my mother's email, I made my mother's email address for her 26 years ago. Do you know what I made it? I put the number 69 at the end of it because I thought I was being a goofy young teenager. And I made her password like her name, L-I-N, because her name was Linda, L-I-N 2000, because it was the year 2000, and then I put 69. thinking I was being like a fresh teenager. Tina. All right, let me do this fast. I want to see if I can like answer all 4 of you guys that just sent a question. Oh wait, it was 5. I was starting to say Tina first. So, Carney, I don't know how to say your screen name. Well, me and Dia moved together in September of this year. I don't know. I don't know about the other person. I don't pull anything on other people. So, like, I wouldn't be able to pretend to give you an answer to that. Because I don't pull on other people's energy. Will I move? Okay, so Tina, I can't. That's a 3-fold question. I could ask if you're going to move, but the cards don't know like where geographically you would be moving. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you want to narrow that down or Rose. This is what tarot is made for. Rose says, will quitting my job and moving help me grieve and heal correctly? Now, that's a very loaded question. What I am going to ask is for guidance, advice, and clarity for, for Rose, where you need to be putting your time and energy so that you can heal. So we want to know where Rose should be putting her time and energy so that it will best facilitate healing and like appropriate healing. That's the exact kind of thing tarot was made for. Will moving and quitting your job help? Maybe, but like that's not just going to do it by itself. Just quitting your job and moving away from a problem doesn't change that the problem happened. So let's see what guidance or advice we can get you around that, Rose. All right. Rose, please. Rose. All right, Rose. One more good shuffle. All right, here we go. Interesting. 4 of Pentacles on the cut. 4 of Wands is your first card. 8 of Cups. 3 of Cups. Okay. Okay. We start with the 4 of Pentacles on the cut. The 4 of Pentacles, again, as I've been saying all night, Pentacles are about slow-moving, grounded, structural energy. The 4 of Pentacles, I usually explain it as like she's trying to make it look like she has more than she does. Meaning, she has a pentacle up here, and she's like holding them all weird, like trying to oh yeah, look at me, I have all this. Which, in this case, feels like a sign of what other people think is the least of our worries right now. Whether they think we're making the right decisions or doing the right things or we should or shouldn't quit our job or however this played out and healing, it's nobody else's. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, okay? Then we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration, accolades, ceremonies. Wands is that physical motivation, drive, doing energy. And the Four of Wands is the first milestone we reach where we are recognized or we get an accolade, XYZ. I'm not entirely sure how that fits here right now, but that's okay. That's why I do the readings the way I do them. Next, we have the Eight of Cups. This is a card about leaving. Cups is all about relationships and emotions, and it's any kind of relationship, friend, family, coworker, anybody. But the Eight of Cups is an emotional card of leaving. And it's like one of the cards, like, I know I need to go because I can't heal here. So that already in itself might answer one of your questions, but let me explain a little further. She knows that this situation is over. She knows it's for her best interest to leave, even though it still hurts. It's not like, oh yeah, peace out, fuck that, I'm cool, let's go. This is a leaving because we know we have to, but it still hurts. She's going by way of moonlight. It's at night. There is mountain ranges here and water. It's a symbol of like an unknown. What is in front of us? Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be treacherous? We have no idea. But what we do know is that leaving X, Y, and Z is what we have to do to move forward, okay? Then we have the Three of Cups. Cups, again, emotions and relationships. This card tells you to rely on your closest friends and your best friend, your closest family member, whether it's an adult child or your uncle or, you know what I mean? It could be anybody. But this is telling you that you need to utilize the support that you have. Don't be afraid to talk to them about it. Ask for their advice. Bounce idea, don't hold any suffering or emotions in because you don't want to bother or you feel embarrassed or this is telling you please rely on those or consult with your friends and family before making a drastic decision, okay? Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is telling you do not open that phone or put that pen to paper. What do I mean by that? I don't know what situation you need to heal from, and you don't have to tell us, okay? But what this is telling me is a reminder, do not contact, reach back out, hope for a different outcome. Swords is all about our mind, thoughts, intellect, ego. This is a card of clear communication, moving forward. We know what we want and we're getting there. This being in reverse is like no communication. No, I don't even know if it's a breakup because it might not be. But this is telling you that like no beating a dead horse. No trying again or thinking there's going to be a different outcome or you know what I mean? Leave it. So let me ask for one clarifier, Rose. I don't know why I do this, as if tarot's ever going to tell me something different. Oh, thank you so much, Lizzie. Hey, that's my name. Thank you so much for that heart. I was breaking the question down. Should she quit her job? That is a decision only you can make. The Two of Swords is a crossroads. It's being at a decision and we don't know. Oh, thank you so much. I can't read that. Alan? Rita? I don't know. Thank you, though. The Two of Swords is being at a crossroads. We have to make a decision, but we don't have the information to make the better decision. We really have to sit and think and reflect and go over every XYZ. So, like, this card coming out when I'm asking, okay, clearly there is energy around you moving or leaving area. But I was trying to like get confirmation. Okay, so should she leave her job? And the indecisive card comes out. The card of a crossroads. The card that I can't tell you or give you advice about that. That's all on you. So, listen, you don't have to do anything based on what I am telling you here tonight. Just because I'm saying your energy is suggesting that we need to move away from this situation, we need to rely on those around us, we have to stay strong and hold firm boundaries. Only we can make this decision. But, oh my God, the Chariot is on the bottom of the deck. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that's sitting there. If the Chariot is not only a card of moving, like physical moving, like buying a new house, like moving, but it's movement because the stars will align that way. This is dark and light, day and night, as within, so without, as above, so below. This is balance. This is the stars aligning, and the Chariot on its wheels thrusting you forward. I'm not going to pull anything else. I've mostly made up my mind about quitting. I'm just feeling quite anxious about it, and it's bringing up more emotion. That makes sense. Then, if anything, please allow this to be confirmation for you. This is movement. This doesn't mean move away, but it can. But it also, leaving your job in and of itself is a big move, okay? So whether you decide to quit and move away, obviously up to you, but your energy is very strongly suggesting, confirming, and validating for you that maybe a fresh start is what is going to be in the best interest of your healing. Make sure you hold boundaries, whatever that means. I don't know, but make sure you hold them. Okay? And please do not hesitate to reach out to your closest friends and family, regardless of what you think they're going to think, or, if you feel embarrassed, you have support in community, okay? Rose, I really I really appreciate you allowing me to pull for you. Jillian, are you still in here that said, am I on a good path, or do I need to make more changes? Jillian, are you still in here? I scrolled back up to where, like, Rose and them asked the question. Oh, shit, my tablet's dying. Hang on, I have a charger right here. Oh, it's this one. Yes, okay. Our heaven, Jillian. So your question was, am I on the right path, or do I need to make changes? There is no right path. There's only different decisions that we all go on. One path might be easier than the next, but that doesn't mean it was right or wrong, okay? So we are looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Jillian, please. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning? Damn, I gotta go to bed. Jillian, please. All right, one more shuffle. What was that? Okay. Jillian, please. Lack of inspiration and creativity. That's what that says immediately coming out. Knight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups in the reverse. Listen, okay. Hello? Psst, psst. Is that to my baby? Is that to my baby? Ace of Wands in the reverse is like writer's block. Wands is all about the creative, the physical doing, the passion, the action, the motivation, the drive. This being in reverse is like, hold up, wait a minute. I lost my spark. I'm not motivated. I'm not nothing, okay? Which I don't know if that calls to you or not, but that doesn't surprise me with you saying, do I need to make changes? Kind of like I don't know. Knight of Wands is more of that wand energy, the passion, the drive. He's on a mission. He's galloping on the horse, okay? But this is not long-lasting energy. This is often something that is too good to be true. This could be a person or a job or a side hustle or some random opportunity or some broken promise that your spouse is, it could be anything. But this is fast moving, swift, passionate, fiery energy. But it burns out quickly. It's not made for longevity. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. Hi, Hancy boy. Hello, my house, baby. Five of Pentacles is the card I describe as the down bad card. We are out in the cold. We are freezing. We are poor. We're sickly. We're walking past a church where we could go in, get a hot meal, dry clothing, and rest. But we're either too prideful to stop and ask for help. We're too prideful. We're embarrassed. Or we are at the point where we're just in a crap situation and we need to come to terms with it. This absolutely could be full of shit. This is not like predicting somebody's future or telling them. I'm not telling something to someone that, like, I'm not trying to tell them something that, like, they don't already know. Anyway, Seven of Cups in the reverse, I love. This is the, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can sing off key all night and day. When this is in the upright, it is like grasping at straws. Should I do this? It's indecisiveness. It's illusions. It's confusion. It's, what am I doing? When this is in the reverse, it's a very clear sign of like the fog lifting, the veil lifting, clarity is incoming, okay? Let's see if we can get a piece of practical advice for you. Because this doesn't answer our question of if, the Hierophant, that is a card of traditions, of generations, of doing things the way they have always been done because that's how it works. Oh, that's what he's doing. The bottom of this has fringe on it. And I'm like, why is Seven pulling on my shirt? Obviously. Because, look at that. Ace of Pentacles sitting right on the bottom of the deck. That's a new opportunity. A new job. An inheritance. I love that. Okay, listen. The Hierophant is all about traditions. If we are talking about a person, this represents a priest or a pastor or a CEO or someone in charge, the highest level monk. But when this comes out, it's confirming or validating that we should be doing things the way that we know they work. It's not time to go off the beaten path or try something out of left field. No. Tarot is not always good news. Okay, so Eight of Wands is quick, fast, and in a hurry. Especially from me, because I don't charge for this. there are plenty of tarot readers, like hundreds of, if not thousands, that will always give you good news because you paid them, and they're trying to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? There's plenty of times where I have explained, listen, this is not it, you know? Anyway, the two cards that just came out are Quick, Fast, and In a Hurry. This is the Eight of Wands, and that's exactly what this card is. Something fast, inbound, incoming, in the creative, passion, motivated. Like, this tells me from where we are at the start here that, like, a spark of something is coming. Like, oh my God, this is it. Let's go. I don't know how better to explain that. But also, Seven of Swords in the reverse, love this. When this is in the upright, it's representative of like deceit, trickery, someone lying to you. I also explain it as an at what cost card. Like, yeah, I'm getting away with all these swords. Remember, swords is all up here. Thoughts, ego, intellect. So this in the reverse is mirroring the Seven of Cups in the reverse. 7 and 7. This is like clarity is being brought forward. Something is coming forward. Whether you knew something was in the fog or not, you know what I mean? Like, and I think all that is telling us, based on like your question, how you worded it, is like, so you're saying like, am I on the right path? Do I need to make changes? I think you are going to have that answer sooner than you think. Whatever has got you wondering about, oh man, am I making the right decisions? Maybe I should be doing this. I think whatever is causing that thought process is there's going to be some kind of remedy to it. Something like, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that properly. Good. This was so reassuring and right on. That's all that matters then. That's all that matters. Thank you so much for allowing me to pull for you. I appreciate your patience. I thank you for taking the time to come in here tonight. And I wish you the best of luck. And I mean that. I will do a few more. I'm getting tired. It's 1:12 a.m., but I will do a few more. If we still got people in here to ask questions. First name and question. No health and no pulling on a third party. That is not something I can answer. Will Anish, or I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Reach out for records. These cards don't know what your person is thinking. That just wouldn't. It wouldn't be honest. Hey, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend in Poland. I appreciate that. No, I'm in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Not in Wisconsin. I've driven through it once, but... Anybody got a question? Samantha, will my situationship and I make things official? Okay, that is something I can pull on relationship-wise. So I use this card for relationships. Because I can't predict the future, and because I am certainly not psychic and neither are these cards, I can't tell you guys like what your spouse or partner is doing, thinking, saying. But what I can do is pull around your energy regarding your relationship and see what it says. Now, these cards are plastic, so they're like ice cubes covered in butter. They are very slippery. So bear with me for a second. Wait, now I need Samantha. Okay, Samantha, I got you. You're looking for guidance, clarity, and advice for Samantha, please. There is a card in here that's not facing the right way. Four of Cups, was that it? All right. Okay. Guidance, clarity, advice for Samantha, please. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Samantha. Oh, just like that. They wanted to go flying, but I stopped them. All right. Samantha, please. All right, one more shuffle. Well, that's a nice card to fall out. The Four of Wands, that's a literal wedding. But the Four of Wands is reaching a milestone, a celebration, an accolade. It's the first good thing that comes on this journey of wands into whatever we're doing. So that literally popped right out. Love to see that. Let me do one more shuffle now that that happened, and then we'll see what your pull is. All right, Samantha. Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, 10 of Cups. Love to see it. And 2 of Cups. Holy shit. Oh my God. Samantha, I do not read predictive tarot. And if you guys have been listening to me tonight, you might be like, yeah, but you said everything was going to be good with this person or that this person. Listen, it's a nuanced thing and it's hard to explain. But I say that because I don't ever want to take advantage of anybody or have anybody I don't ever want to be mistaken for someone that thinks that they can see the future because nobody can. You know what I mean? But I just have to put that out there because I think it's I didn't believe in tarot till a year ago when I was 40 years old because of the misconception I had of it. And now I'm feeling like I really want everybody else to know a lot of it is misconceptions and people taking advantage of you because it's easy money to scam with tarot. Anyway, I say all that to say, I believe, Samantha, yes, very, very strongly your situationship will evolve into a relationship. But let me tell you why. Because of the cards we have. First is the Six of Swords in reverse. Swords is our thoughts, intellect, ego. It's all about our mind. It's not our heart. It's not any emotions or gut feelings. It's all up here. When this is in the upright, it is about leaving something because we know that what's in front of us is better. Okay? It doesn't have to be a relationship. I mean, it could be anything. Leaving a job, a relationship, a place we're living, leaving behind a friendship, leaving behind a thought process, like a self-limiting belief that we've thought about ourselves for 20 years. It could be anything. When this card comes out in reverse, it suggests we are afraid to let go. We know something we need to leave behind, but we're afraid to. So we're still hanging on by the hairs on our chinny chin chin. Okay? Now, 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card in tarot. This is the spouse, the children, the property, the water, the rainbow. Cups is emotions and relationships. This is where everybody wants to be. And it's the happily ever after for whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be a man and a woman with 2 children on a farm. It's just a representation of whatever your happily ever after is. That's what this is. And you know what the 2 of Cups is? A new relationship. A new shared understanding of a deep, deep emotional connection. Okay? And then on the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords. And the reason I took that, because this is enough. We know this. But I wanted to give you some advice. It's not just about saying yeah, or what. This is a reminder to always be clear and communicate your thoughts, feelings, ideas, and beliefs. I don't know what experience you've had in the past with relationships, and that could be what this is. Maybe this is like, listen, you need to leave behind expectations from past relationships. Because what this is saying is that always be honest, be clear about your intentions and your thoughts and feelings, and communicate. Learn how to communicate. Because those three things are very top tier important for a successful relationship, okay? And that is very much what this is making me think now. But there's a reason she came out. She's all about honesty and communication. So remember that and come back and tell me that you guys are official in a couple weeks or something. So great. Listen, I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope you get everything you want out of the relationship in a good way, in a fulfilling way, not get everything you want. You know what I mean. Samantha, thank you for allowing me to pull for you. I really appreciate it. How about pulling a random card for me? B. Walsh. I can't do it from this deck because this is my love deck. I will pull a random card for you, B. Let's see what it do. Let's get a random card. We'll do a jumper too. I don't typically pull like that, but let's do it. I only do that for like clarification. But let's see what we get for B. Walsh. Not anything, apparently. Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Rest, relaxation, self-care, and respect. The Four of Swords is about taking a break, resting your mind. Literal nap, rest and relaxation, self-care, deep breaths. That's what the Four of Swords is. It's telling you to value yourself. Your body is a temple. Rest and relax. Jessica. Guidance, clarity, and advice for Jessica. Are you doing things to work towards financial freedom? Like, are you actively doing things, Jessica? Guidance, clarity, advice for Jessica, please, around finances. I hear you. All right. You are very welcome. I mean that. I might just be the loud, crazy tarot lady on the internet on this Friday night. But it's not like rest and relaxation is bad. Okay? Do something for yourself tomorrow. All right, Jessica. King of Wands, Page of Cups, Ace of Wands in the reverse. There is no financial energy here. So let me tell you what these cards are, because there's often times where tarot doesn't tell us what we want to hear, it tells us what we need to hear. King of Wands is a little snaky. So Wands in the tarot is all about the doing, the creative passion, drive, purpose, motivation, like the doing, the lust for life, if you will. The King of Wands is a little bit of a slithery snake. He's a snaky snake. I don't know if we have any millennials in here, but I'm a slithery snake. He is crafty. He has a way with words. You know, he's going to tell you what you want to hear. He can also be. It doesn't have to be a he human though. It's energy that can be very hot headed and lashy, like jumping with emotion before logic. Okay. Page of Cups is about emotions and relationships. The Page of Cups is the naive, ignorant, young love. But it doesn't have to be romantic. It's like new feelings towards another person. The way I describe it usually is like the first time you feel butterflies when you look at someone and you're like, oh. But again, it doesn't have to be romantic energy. It's fresh, young, new. It's something that is unfamiliar. And that could be any emotion that you haven't experienced or you haven't experienced towards a human before, good or bad. So this is something young and new, like not young, fresh and new. Ace of Wands in the reverse is a lack of creativity, a lack of passion, a lack of drive, a lack of motivation. So let's see what practical advice will help you with your finances. Ooh, we got a few. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Swords, Nine of Cups in the reverse. All right, here's what we got. Ten of Pentacles in reverse is whatever you're doing right now is not made for the long haul. When this is in the upright, this is generational wealth. This is generational stability. It's 3 generations on the card plus the pets. But this really is, like, it doesn't have to be family business. It's like our parents gave us good work ethic. They taught us how to be productive, good. And we're going to teach that to our kid. And our kid's going to teach that to the grandkids. And we're all going to have, success based on the seed that the parent planted. So it's generational structure and goodness. In the reverse is like, listen, whatever the structure is of your family in the current moment is not what's going to carry you into the future. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. It's like, I don't mean relying on your parents. I mean, you could be 70 years old for all I know. You know what I mean? I just mean like, when the Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, it really is a lack of stability. We do not have that solid concrete foundation under us in any endeavors right now, and that should be our first priority. Now, Four of Swords is about rest and relaxation. This comes out when it's needed. I don't know if you need some like grounding, just some me time to yourself, especially if we're struggling around finances like so many of us Americans are right now, genuinely. But this comes out when we need a minute, okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. Nine of Cups in the reverse, when this is in the upright, it's wish fulfillment. It's, I got all these cups. Not only am I proud of them, I'm protecting them, I'm showing them off. It's wish fulfillment, and that's in the reverse. So, I can't tell you what is going to get you. Okay, yep, I hear you. This is like, it's not that it's all over the place, but it really just feels like we're not there yet. I don't know if you're young, maybe. Like, I mean, and I don't mean like 15, but like something feels like we're not there yet. And that's okay. And why I'm saying that is because there is so much symbology in tarot. and the way that which cards are like anchoring each other. The Page of Cups and the Four of... Oh my goodness. Love that. Love that. That makes sense here. Because this is very like new. But like, it's like the Four of Swords is telling us, but like, we don't have to go all in. Pace. Worry about ourselves. Like, we always need to have our rest and our grounding. The opportunity is here. Something new would be like your social media if you are just starting posting. But like, I wonder if the motivation is not as much as it could be. And that might be because of your physical health, or you know what I mean? We need a piece of practical advice. This is just mirroring the Ace of Wands in reverse. Well, yeah, it's mirroring the Ace of Wands. It's the Page of Wands in reverse. Listen, I'm not just going to keep pulling a bunch of random cards. I'm not sure what it is, and you don't have to start talking or explaining everything, trying to figure it out. But the energy, especially with these reverse cards and stuff, and like heavy fire energy, is like, I think it's great that you have this and want to start this as far as YouTube and TikTok, and hopefully that can supplement your income. This is what is right next to you guys. He's looking at a bug, I guess. Is there a buggy? Can I have a kiss? Mwah. I love you. Is there a buggy? I didn't even see it, though. I didn't even see it. Oh my God, what happened?
We lost video.
Oh no! I see that. What happened?